Oh, hey, didn't see you there. My name is Julia Ruziecki, and today I will be showing you how to make dumplings. First off, I want to say thank you to my lovely audience members. Now, with that out of the way, we can go and begin. So after you wash your hands, as I like to say, cleanliness is next to an A in this class, am I right? So you want to get a medium-sized pot and go in and fill it about halfway with water. Pour a little bit of salt in there. You want to bring that to a full boil. And while that's getting heated up, we'll go ahead and start with the dumplings. Now, I have with me 2 cups, a little more than 2 cups of flour. And you want to get a pretty large mixing bowl. You want to go ahead and throw in the flour. Get all that in. I also have half a cup of milk and water, respectively. I'm going to pour that in. I have 1 egg. And I have salt to give it a little bit of flavor. Sprinkle some salt in there. After that, you're ready to mix. You're going to be using your bare hands, which is why I said make sure you wash your hands. So the key when making dumplings is you got to realize it's going to be really sticky. And I have with me over here a small bowl of flour. And while you're mixing this, you're going to be adding flour throughout the mixing process. And what this is going to do is keep the dough from sticking to your hands like this. You don't want that. You want it to be a nice, firm ball of dough. So I'm going to mix it thoroughly like this. And then I'm going to get this little bowl filled with flour. Add a little bit, and then keep mixing. You don't want to add too much flour because you're going to dry out the dumplings when you end up making them. So make sure you're pretty generous with the flour. You can always add a little and then add more, but once you add too much, it's kind of too late. You're going to have to make a new batch because they're going to be too dry. So mixing, and it's getting a lot better pretty quickly. I'm adding a little bit more flour. It's going to depend on how much milk you add, how much dumplings you want to make, how many you want to make. So right now, it's looking pretty done. So the ball of dough is going to be not sticky. You want to make sure that. So when it's done, it's going to come out like this. Depending on how many dumplings you make, this will either be bigger or smaller. But this is it. It's not sticky. It's nice and firm. This is exactly what you want. So after that, you want to wait for your water to be done boiling. And over here, mine is already boiling. So I'm going to go and show you what you need to do next. So I'm just going to place this in a bowl to have it kept somewhere. And you want to get a regular kitchen spoon. It doesn't really matter. It depends on how big you want the dumplings to be. So I'm going to scrape off a little bit from that ball of dough. Again, depending on how big you want the dumplings, you will either pull off a lot of the dough or just a little. I'm going to pull off a decent amount because they're going to expand in the water. So again, I have a little chunk of the dough. I'm just going to plop that in. Again, this water is boiling. So you want to make sure that these are cooked thoroughly. So make sure that when you do add them, it is boiling. So I'm just going to add a few to show you what it looks like. And after that, you wait. Now, how do you know when they're done cooking? Well, after you add the whole batch of dough, you will see the dumplings rise to the top of the water. That is how you know when they are done. Once all of them have risen to the top, they are done. So after that, you want to strain the water, which I'm going to do right now, just to show you. I'm going to strain it into the sink. And for timing purposes, that is not how long it takes to cook the dumplings. I have already had some pre-made a few minutes ago. So you strain them, and you want to go ahead and put the pot back onto the stove and put it on a low flame. And after that, you can go ahead and add the dumplings again. And with me, I have a stick of butter, and you're going to go ahead and want to drop that in. After that, the butter is going to melt pretty quickly because the pot is still hot. So what I like to do, I just take the same spoon I made the dumplings with, and I'll just mix it around. This just gives the dumplings more flavor. Again, this is however you want to make them, but how I was taught to make them, you add I believe it's 4 tablespoons of butter, or a cup. So After that, you wait for the butter to come to a complete melt, which it already is almost done doing. And after that, I'm going to show you what they look like when they're done. They come out like this. Pretty straightforward. The butter is already melted on these ones, and these are ready to be eaten. And that's about it. Thank you for watching.
Yay!